Hi everyone, I wanted to do a quick update to my TR02 Commander of Stars review. The same night I uploaded my review of TR02, the ratchet joints in the shoulders broke. There is a thread on tfw2005.com about TR02, and in it someone uploaded instructions on how to fix the shoulders. It involved opening it, gluing down the gear, and putting RC shock oil or some sort of lubricant that doesn't damage the plastic around the gear. And Golden Zhang has also uploaded a video on YouTube showing you how to do it. It's in Chinese, but as you can see, there's some English captions. I'm not going to do it since mine is already fixed, but I'm going to talk about how I did it. So what I used was crazy glue. Says dries quickly, holds over, I think this is a ton. This is actually the set I used. Now these have more precise tips than the regular kind of crazy glue. And these are meant to be used once, then thrown away. And to lubricate the gear, I use this shock oil I bought from Hypnotized Hobbies at the Santa Anita Mall in Arcadia, California. Uh, it's in Los Angeles County in America. And Golden Zhang also referred to Vaseline. I bought this just in case the shock oil didn't work. The shock oil worked, so I didn't need it. This is more for use on humans than toys, although I did buy it in case the shock oil didn't work, and also because I've had a dry mustache in the past. So, going over the ratchet joints. Put glue and shock oil in this gear here. So, it works just like before. Now, when you glue it, I waited a minute for it to dry, and unfortunately, the gear broke right off. So, I think you want to wait more than a minute for the glue to dry, even though it says 10 seconds on the packaging. Now, what I did was I tried gluing it back on, and then I went outside to get the shock oil, then put it on the gear, and then reassemble it. So I'd say wait an hour for it to dry and put the shock oil around the gear to be safe. So it works more or less the same as before. Now this one I just use glue on this, but for some reason it seems to be working much more smoothly even without the shock oil. I think might have something to do with the piece around the teeth being different. Honestly, I didn't try using the shock oil because the first I also had this glued for just a minute before turning it, and I think I twisted the gear so it was a little crooked. Then I put it back in, and then I tried to spin the arm around to see if it would twist back into place. The gear only looks a little twisted when I put the inner shoulder piece in there. You don't even notice it. I don't even notice it being a little crooked looking at it from the outside. There's still the shoulder still works with just the glue. Now, doing all this is actually a little easier than it sounds, and it was actually worth trying since the shoulders were messed up pretty bad when the ratchets broke. I mean, if they're already broken, might as well try fixing it. What have I got to lose? Now, the other major problem, someone I've that is commonly found is, of course, the broken fingers. Now, you may be wondering, why are the fingers, all the broken fingers on here? Well, I try to get the gun around this hand, so I put all the working fingers on this one, and the broken fingers on here. I wish I'd never tried to move the fingers, because I was already aware of the problem with the fingers, and wish I never moved them in the first place. If you get the first run of this figure, don't mess with the fingers at all. And if you do pull the fingers off, pull it by the base of the finger here, not the middle piece or the top, because it'll just tear the finger apart and the ball joint will still be stuck in the hand. Now, someone did comment in my review. He said, Show Z and some retailers will include extra fingers, so I'll have to get a second copy of TR02 just to put working fingers on this hand right here. Now, another problem I talked about is, I said if you have it in the super mode and you've got it in an A stance, it's back heavy, and I was afraid it was going to fall over. However, I found a way to balance it better. Simply take both the legs and angle the legs with a thigh swivel, one click to the side. This may be tough the first time because I feel like these are unnecessarily tight, but they do swivel and rotate. So you got the feet angled out, one click to the sides. Then I stand it like this. And yeah, stands much better now. Now I obviously won't have this at the front of any display. It still looks like it could fall over. However, it does seem to balance much better in its A stance with its feet angled out a bit to the sides. Also, one thing I forgot to mention, it does have because the transformation does have a bit of an ab crunch, and I bet you want to make sure it's standing up straight. So you got to make sure the backside, the back is flush with the hips. To make sure it's standing up straight. Now, one thing I did forgot to do in my TR02 review that I didn't do because I used up too much time in that video and I forgot to do this, was compare the 3 modern updates of Unicron Trilogy Optimus Prime. And I really like having these 3 together because you can see Optimus get progressively bigger as he evolves. I like how all 3 of these are ranked as commanders. You've got Armada Commander, Energy Commander, and Commander of Stars. Obviously, this is called Energy Commander because this is the Prime from Transformers Energon. This, I think, is called Commander of Stars as a reference to actually the Japanese name for the show he was from, Transformers Galaxy Force, which was the Japanese version of Transformers Cybertron. That's all I've got to say about TR02 today. Please like my video and subscribe to my channel. And if you do, I would appreciate it. Bye.